Believe it or not, but we're already halfway through 2025. The game releases are just on a roll, and honestly, we're having trouble keeping up, especially with the indie game scene. While a lot of AAA games out there often get the spotlight, which many are deserving of, we'd love to shed some light on indies released this year that we didn't have time to cover in full, so we're bundling them up. Who knows, maybe you'll find your next hidden gem here. If this game looks or plays familiar, you're definitely not in the wrong here. Released only a few months ago in February, it's already topping charts in both Steam and Twitch since launch. Just like Lethal Company and Content Warning, R.E.P.O took the internet and streamers by storm with its collaborative gameplay and great potential for comical moments you and your friends can easily get yourselves into. Your job, again similar to Lethal Company, is to retrieve and extract valuable items and profit with your team of up to 6 silly-looking robots. Faced with dangerous and creepy-looking monsters in odd locations, you must survive with every robot intact. Now, you may be wondering, what makes R.E.P.O different then? There are a few things that make a huge difference actually. First off, you can revive your teammates by bringing the robot head back to an extraction point. It makes for more fun gameplay if you're not stuck alone by yourself for an entire round just waiting for it to end. You'd think the biggest threat to your profit are the monsters you'll encounter. But nope. That'll be your friends running and stumbling trying to get the loot back in perfect condition, because you'll find out quickly that some pieces are fragile, and even an accidental fumble is enough to shatter them into worthless fragments. Fortunately, the monsters here aren't as lethal, and some are fairly easily avoidable if you're careful enough, but they are there mostly to provide pressure and place you and your friends in sticky situations. Add these all up together and you're in for a crazy and chaotic time. Take it for a spin with your friends and you'll understand the hype soon enough. Who doesn't love a good old mystery game? As the heir of Mount Holly, an ominous manor, your mission in Blueprints is to navigate its ever-shifting halls in search of the elusive Room 46. Will your cautious steps and quick thinking lead you to the rumored Room 46, or just another dead end? If you're the type of person who's got a knack for solving puzzles and hopping from one clue to the next, you're in for a lot of it. And I mean loads. Each room you encounter holds a unique purpose. Some offer puzzles, others grant or drain resources, and many reveal fragments of the estate's cryptic past. But here's the kicker. You're limited to a certain number of steps each in-game day, challenging you to make every move count. The twist is that after you get into the swing of things, the game's mask comes off to reveal that it is a roguelite in disguise. And for this reason alone, I strongly suggest that you keep a notebook nearby and don't worry about taking plenty of screenshots because you will need them. Every run feels fresh, every room a new opportunity to learn, and with such immense replayability, it's easy to see why the game has garnered such a dedicated community, especially with the game only costing around $30. If you're into mystery solving and a fan of roguelites, then Blueprints is definitely a must-try. Yearning for an indie game with a great soundtrack, friendship drama, an underlying mystery, and an insane nostalgia for places you've never been to? Look no further from the creators of Life is Strange comes Lost Records Bloom and Rage. Live out your teen years in the 90s having the time of your life with 4 of your closest friends. Or be transported to 27 years later where things are tense between the once besties and an unspoken secret that will soon come to light once again. At first, it feels like you're back to your old roots playing Life is Strange with the familiar back and forth dialogue, calm and slow atmosphere, and unbreakable bonds of friendship. But what separates Lost Records Bloom and Rage is the shifts between past and present, seamlessly blending 2 timelines. 1995 when our characters were still teenagers, and 2022 where the ghosts of that summer still linger well into their adulthood. Ah, those rascals over at Don't Nod. Always with the playing around with time and whatnot. The stark contrast between the 2 timelines is evident, with the past playing out in third person, immersing us in the golden haze of youth, while the present corners us in first person, placing us solely in the perspective of Swan as she unravels a mystery she barely remembers being part of. Of course, your choices do matter since this is a narrative-heavy game, but perhaps not in the similar fashion of Don't Nod of the other titles, since certain events have already occurred. A surprising element in this story, however, is the horror and supernatural aspects. We of course don't want to spoil too much since the story is central to the game, but we'll just say for now that playing both Tape 1 and Tape 2 for Lost Records Bloom and Rage will definitely take you on an emotional ride. What better way to end a stressful day with a stressful game? Ascend through the ominous walls of Substructure 17 using quick precision movement mechanics. Just don't lose your grip because there's eternity below you. I know it sounds intense, but hey, don't knock it till you try it. Have you ever tried a climbing game that's also a roguelike? Well, that's what White Knuckle is all about. You might be thinking, why are we constantly climbing walls in the weirdest looking prison that reminds us of the horrific black and white depths of content warning? Well, for starters, the rising sea of decomposed liquid remains of those trapped before is a great motivator. You are unfortunately subjected to being tested and forced to escape death in this first-person speed climbing roguelike where players must grab onto any ledge they find or make by climbing a seemingly infinite tower filled with lethal obstacles and traps. Hanging too long or climbing too far without resting from time to time will cause the hands to individually and steadily lose stamina. Fortunately, supplies can be found throughout the journey that can replenish stamina, as well as other equipment to aid you on your journey upward. Don't fret once you inevitably fall to your death, as restarting back from the bottom lets you go through another different route that engages and motivates you to return to your highest point, in hopes of beating your record. It's no walk in the park with how much stress-inducing this may be, but surprisingly, a lot of players find it hard to put down. Though White Knuckle is still in early access, it doesn't hurt to give the demo at least a try. There's plenty of other amazing indie games out there, but we'll leave it at that for now. If you haven't, I hope this convinces you to check out the indie game scene, because the creativity and love pouring out from some of these game devs are just insane. We absolutely can't wait to see what else is in store for the rest of 2025. Feel free to let us know if you have tried any of these games, or maybe you have a recommendation of your own. Check out our website for the full review of these games, and be sure to check out our channel as well for more gaming content. This has been Gaming, and thanks for watching.